little more than a year ago, Milton Kleinberg, he published his memoirs and really has this unimaginable story to tell.
His journey began right after he turned 4 years old. Nazis invaded Milton's home of Poland. Those times and the 10 years that followed are the foundation of the book Mike's holding called Bread or Death.
And Milton's here to share lessons that he learned with us this morning, and all of you out there. Thanks for stopping by,
Milton. It's nice to meet you.
It is nice to meet you. Milton, your family, you went through some of the worst atrocities in human history. And you were really young when you left Poland, but you still have some memories of those. Where do you want to start with this?
You know, interesting thing is that I remember better those stories than I remember what I ate for breakfast yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
These are imprinted in my mind. So this is why I wrote the story. The basic, we didn't talk much about World War II, neither me or my parents. It was sort of a hush. But once in a while over the dinner table during Sabbath, I said something, and the kids heard about it. And when my kids and my daughter and her children, my grandchildren, went to Israel to live, in Israel, the high school sent them to the concentration camps to see what it was all about. And usually I would get a call about 12 at night, you know, it's an 8-hour difference time. Say, Grandpa, I'm going to be just where you were born. Can you tell us something about it? Well, I would email them something, and they would read it to their class, and they all liked it. So after that, pressure came. They petitioned my wife about tell the story.
And that's why you wrote.
That's why I wrote this original book.
This book, and then there was your publisher said we want you to tell this story a little differently for a different audience, and that's how this book came about.
It wasn't so much differently. They just wanted to make this feasible. This book, which is 4 colors. By the way, my daughter. My granddaughter did this.
Did the artwork.
The artwork on this side,
beautiful.
and my great-granddaughter on the other side.
But Milton, when you were in Poland, your family left there, but then you went to the Soviet Union where you thought things would be better, but they weren't. What happened there?
Well, it wasn't a question of being better. We knew it wasn't going to be. It was going to. We didn't know what was going to be. But
You were going to survive.
Yeah, we just went to survive. We escaped Poland to go across the Russian side. There, we were arrested by the NKVD, which later became the KGB, and they sent us to a Polish holding camp. The Russians deported about 1.5 million Poles, including Jews and other minorities, to slave labor camps in Russia, and this is where we were all earmarked for slave labor camps in Russia.
Did your family stay together?
Yes, our family stayed together. We left Poland, and our first journey was to a place called Arkhangelsk, Russia, which is probably it's north, but it's the most eastern part of European Russia, right next to the Finnish border. And that was a lumber or timber town, and we spent there a year. My young brother, Vedel, was born in there.
You started to say your mom. You point to her and the leadership and the strength that she showed through those unimaginable years. What was she like, Milton?
Well, she's the glue that held us all together. The big event that happened, we were on a train with other people, and when we went to Russia across, they issued us passports and also bread ration cards. About the ration cards entitled a person to 550 grams of bread. And on one stop, and the journey from Arkhangelsk, which we were which they resettled us in Samarkand, Uzbekistan, it's about 4,500 miles. And on one of those stops, my father got off, and he had with him his ration cards and everything. passports, his any money we had. And from there on, we were on our own. So my mother was settled. She was nursing Vedel, the youngest, and I was responsible for Herschel. And and he was gone. He never came back to the
I wish
train.
we could have you this entire hour, Milton. I know that wouldn't be enough time, but unfortunately we'll have to leave this conversation there for now. But for our viewers, so they know, the books, Bread or Death and the Other Memories of My Childhood, are available. Milton speaks all over the place. If you'd like to hear from him, you're welcome to call William, and that number we just showed you, and then online it's breadordeathbook.com.
Yeah, Milton, thanks a lot. I know your family didn't talk about it much, but it was important to you to put these to put those stories down in
Thank
the
you,
book.
Milton.
The problem is every question has a long answer.
That's right.
Well,
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks, Bill.
You're
Good to
so
see you.
cute. That's what he said.